In today's class, we are going to discuss about activation functions. Okay, what is today's topic? Today's topic is activation functions. Right. A moment. Okay. What is activation function here? Now here we have a definition of activation function. So we'll see the definition. Activation function decides. Okay, activation function decides whether a neuron should activated or not. What this activation function going to do? It is going to decide the neurons whichever we have in our ANN network, artificial neural network, that is made up of with the neurons, isn't it? The neurons should be activated or not by calculating weighted sum and further adding bias within it, right? So if you want to calculate the output of each output of some function, then here each and every neuron is activated or not, which kind of output is it is going to give. Already adding of this bias also we have discussed in yesterday's class itself, isn't it? Okay, why are we adding this bias here? To get non-zero values. Okay, to improve the non-zero values output, to get non-zero values output, then we should add some bias to that function, isn't it? So it is going to check whether our neuron is working properly or not through the activation functions. It is working and it is going to give the output, linear output. It's producing linear output or non-linear output. We're going to check the output of a particular function is a linear one or non-linear one. We are going to check that one also, isn't it? So what is the purpose of these activation functions? What is the purpose of this activation function here? First of all, this activation function is to introduce non-linearity into the output of a neuron. This activation purpose is to get non-linear outputs, not linear ones, non-linear outputs as output, isn't it? This is the main purpose of the activation purpose. And also, actually this activation functions is used to add the extra force or effort. Okay, is used to add the extra force through the input or some other layers in that particular network to get exact output, to get the better and the non-linear output. This is the important point about a activation function. What is activation function? In the sense, here we are going to add extra force to the functioning unit through input layer or through hidden layer or at the place of output layer. At any place we are going to add extra force to that particular functioning units to get exact outputs, exact or accurate outputs, isn't it? That is the main purpose of this activation function. Okay, and here we are going to check in this activation functions work based on by calculating the weights of a network and also bias, isn't it? And in neural network we would update the weights and biases of the neurons on the basis of error at the output. Whenever we are going to update the weights or bias values, okay, to that particular network or neurons to get the error output. This is one kind of checking process, whether this particular network is working properly or not. Like it is like this process is like a back propagation, reverse engineering, or reverse checking to get, I mean, to check whether whether the network is working properly or not. How do we check that one? Okay, by performing backtracking or back propagation, isn't it? And also, activation functions make the back propagation possible since the gradients are supplied along with the error to update the weights and biases. Here we are going to supply weight values from input layers. Each and every input has some weight, isn't it? By calculating those weights only, you'll get one kind of output. And also here we are adding some bias values also. And including these two, here we are going some error values. We are going to apply some error values at the place of input layer, hidden layer, or output layer to check the results, whether this particular function is working properly or not, to check the total network is working properly or not. That is the main purpose of the activation function here. And also, if we come to the next point, why do we need non-linear activation function? If for the network, you are not going to add any activation function to the network, then it would give a linear output. If you are not going to supply any kind of activation function to the network, such kind of networks produce a linear regression model, which means linear regression model outputs, isn't it? So to overcome this, here we are going to apply some activation functions. Those activation functions, okay, through these activation functions only, we are going to provide the non-linearity to that particular network to solve a complex problems. What is the need of non-linear activation function? I mean, non-linear concept here. Okay, to solve more complex problems. If you want to solve more complex problems, then you should you should add this non-linear tasks. How you will get this non-linearity in a particular network? Whenever you are going to add activation functions to your network, then you will get non-linear kind of process within that network. Then you will get some accurate or exact outputs there as a result of your network. Clear? And here we are having literally 5 types of activation functions are there. This is just definition of the activation function and what is the need of these activation functions here. Okay, in next slide we are going to learn the types of activation functions. Okay, before going to that types of activation function, let us discuss about this okay, network, which means this graph. Okay, this graph has 2 inputs, one is I1 and second one is I2. Okay, these are the inputs to this particular network. Okay, from input layer, this part is a input layer. So these 2 inputs has some weightage, W1 and W2 and W3 and W4. By calculating these only, okay, by providing some of these weights only, we will get some kind of output. Okay, this is the place of hidden layer. Hidden layer is representing in a hidden layer also. Here we are having only 2 nodes, H1 and H2. H1 takes the W1 and also W3. Okay, I1 into W1 plus I2 into W3 plus here we are going to add B1 also bias. B1 for H1 and next one is B2 for H2. We must add biases to that particular function units. Okay. After that, the outcomes we are going to receive as W5 and W. So after processing the data, here we are going to receive that. Okay, W5 and W6 to the output layer. This is input layer. This is the hidden layer, and out is the output layer to get final output here. Clear? This is the working of ANN network. Okay, now we are going to discuss about activation functions here. There are 5 activation functions are there. Now we are going to discuss about 5 activation functions. Among them, the first one is a linear function. What is this? First one is a linear function. This linear function has the equation similar to as of a straight line, like linear regression. Okay, this linear function would give the result as a straight line, like y equal to ax. Okay, and so here no matter how many layers we have, if all are linear in nature, the final activation function of the last layer is nothing but just a linear function of the input of first layer. Okay, if you are going to supply some inputs, inputs as a linear the activation functions at the place of input, you are going to get the straight lines only. But instead of doing that, instead of getting these straight lines, okay, you are going to add this activation function at the place of output layer. Don't add at input layer and don't add at what hidden layer. You may have multiple number of layers in your network, but if your activation function is a linear function, then you are going to supply this activation function value at the place of output layer only. It would give the outcome, it's a range from minus infinity to plus infinity. Clear? So this is about a linear function. Coming to the second one, second activation function is a sigmoid function. This sigmoid function which is plotted as S-shaped graph. Okay, it is, see, if you will observe this diagram, your outcome may be like some little bit some S-shaped graph. We're going to get this kind of graph, okay, in sigmoid functions. What is the equation for this sigmoid function? Okay, a equal to 1 by 1 plus to the power of minus x. This x range is from minus 2 to 2. Whenever we're going to supply the x value is minus 2 to 2. Okay, then the small change in this x value, you may get the bigger difference at y. If you will change your x value, automatically the y will be changed a lot, isn't it? The outcome range of this particular sigmoid function is 0 to 1. Okay, the sigmoid function is also called as, sometimes you may call it, it's a binary, which means it gives either 0 output or 1 output. Okay, binary state has only two values, isn't it? One is 1, 0, second one is 1. In the same manner, the sigmoid function also give only two kinds of outputs. One is 0 and second one is 1. Whenever you are going to use, you are going to get binary kind of outputs, binary classification outputs, then in such a case, you are going to add sigmoid activation functions to that particular network. If this one also we are going to supply at output layer only. Okay, if you want to get the result in the form of either 0 or 1, then you are going to apply this activation function to your network at output layer. Okay, that is the second function. Next, coming to the third function, it's called tan function. What it is? Tan function. This tan function almost always better than sigmoid function. But it is better than the sigmoid function. And it is also called as tangent hyperbolic function. This tan function is also known as tangent hyperbolic function. Okay, it actually mathematically shifted version of the sigmoid function. What it is? It is a shifted version of the sigmoid function. Both sigmoid function and tan function both are similar and can be derived from each other. The tan function is derived from sigmoid function. The sigmoid function is derived from tan function only. Okay, the value range, the output value, if you see the equation of tan function, tan of x equal to 2 by 1 plus e to the power of minus 2x minus 1, or otherwise you may write like this also. Okay, and the output value range of this tan function is minus 1 to plus 1. Okay, and it is also it produces nonlinear kind of outputs. Okay, usually it is used in hidden layer of neural network. Till now, we have discussed two functions. What are those? Sigmoid function and a linear function. The two activation functions are applied at the place of output layer only. But now this tan function is applied at the place of hidden layers. The values are lies between minus 1 to 1. Hence, the mean for the hidden layer comes out be 0 or very close to 0. Okay, if you are going to calculate the mean value of multiple outputs, okay, of this activation function, then you may get the result is either 0 or very near to a 0. Okay, this is about tan function. And coming to the fourth one, okay, RULU activation function. RULU stands for rectified linear unit. RE rectified, L RE in the sense it's rectified, L linear, and U is unit. Now, this activation function is also implemented at hidden layer of neural network. We're going to apply this activation function is also at the place of hidden layer only. Okay, the equation for rectified linear unit is A of x equal to max of 0 comma x. Max of 0 comma x. If the x value is positive, okay, If the x value is if you will get the value of output for this AF function, then the x value is positive, otherwise 0. Okay. Okay, the output is, it would give some kinds of outputs whenever the value of x is positive value. If you're going to supply 0 or negative values to this function, then you are going to get the 0 output, isn't it? So, and the value is range from 0 to infinity. We are going to supply the value, x value is 1, 2, 3, 4, infinity values. We are going to supply any value to the x. If it is a positive, then it would give result. Otherwise, it would return the 0. Okay. It is also a nonlinear kind of a function, activation function. Okay. And here we can find, we can apply the back propagation concept easily. And this function is less computationally expensive than tan and sigmoid. What is the advantage of this ReLU? ReLU function is, it is less computationally expensive one compared to sigmoid and tan functions, because it involves, why it is computationally less expensive one means, okay, it involves simpler mathematical operations. What are those? It has only some simpler mathematical operations at a time. Okay. At a time, only few neurons are activated, not all neurons. Okay. So because of these two reasons, it is very simple computation one. Okay, compared to sigmoid and tan function, right? And also this function learns much faster than sigmoid and tan functions also. It is efficient one, easy one, much faster one. So there are many advantages are there this function compared to previous two. Until now we have discussed about three: linear function, sigmoid function, and tan function. Okay, but if you leave the first one and compare to second and third one, this function is very easy, faster one, efficient one. Okay, so many advantages are there for this activation function. Okay, it is going to apply at hidden layer only, and it is a nonlinear one. The value range is from 0 to infinity. And if whenever you will you are going to your x value is positive, then you will get an output. If x value is negative or 0, you are going to get 0 value. This is about, okay, rectified linear unit function, activation function. Clear? And coming to the last one, fifth one. Fifth one is softmax function. This softmax function is also a type of sigmoid function, but it is, okay, but it is handy when we are trying to handle, okay, when we are trying to handle classification problems. Softmax function is also almost near to a sigmoid function. Okay, the nature of this softmax function is a nonlinear one. And also, okay, when we are going to use this softmax function is, okay, whenever we are going to handle multiple classes, whenever we are going to handle multiple classes in between 0 and 1. Actually, sigmoid function, whenever we sigmoid function is worked as a binary function, which means it produces either 0 output or 1 output. But here, the softmax function, you are going to get the multiple number of outputs. in between, ranging from 0 to 1. Then we're going to get multiple classes differences between 0 to 1. Okay. And this function is also applied, okay, used at output layer of the classifier, where we are actually trying to attain the probabilities to define the class of each input. If you want to get more than 2 outputs, then you are going to use this softmax function within 0 to 1. Okay, if you are going to apply sigmoid function, means you will get only 0 or 1 as output. But if you will apply this softmax function, in the sense you are going to get 0, 0.5, 0.6 or something in between 1. Clear? So this is about softmax function. Now here we are having one small question, okay, which means small thing, choosing the right activation function. Which function is the right activation function to any kind of neural network or any kind of network? The first and the best answer is RULU is the first choice of activation function to any kind of network. Why? Because it is very faster, okay, very less expensive one. It is used simple mathematical functions only, okay, and more efficient one than sigmoid and than tan function, isn't it? Many benefits are there with the, okay, ReLU. Okay, so that's why blindly you can say that this is the best activation function, right? Suppose if you want to get only 2 outputs, then you are going to choose a sigmoid function. Okay, if your output is for binary classification, you want to get only either 0 or 1 kind of outputs only, then you are going to apply a sigmoid function. It is a natural choice for output layer, isn't it? Okay, this is about today's class. Here we have discussed about the definition of activation function, the purpose, the importance of the activation function, then the types of activation function. Under the types, here we have discussed 5 types. Finally, the best activation function we will learn. This is about today's class.